Welcome to Space Socket. A 35-year-old says she's just hoping God will send her a man. Kevin Samuel steps in and challenges that mindset. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
How are you? You getting ready for
I'm
bed?
good. Oh,
You getting ready for bed?
yeah, I am. It's 12 o'clock here in Houston.
Okay. Well, how old are you?
I'm 35.
What's your Instagram? Your hey? Are you hey?
I'm wholesome vibe.
Okay. All right. All right. So how old are you again?
I'm 35.
35. That was perfect target. Talk
Yes.
about you have any kids?
No children.
All right. So you ready to share a man? What do you think about the topic?
It's funny that you came on with this topic because I was just talking to someone earlier, this guy, about a poly relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You
told
brought
him
it
the
up or he
story. I
brought
was
it up?
like, huh?
You brought it up or he brought it up?
He brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, and I was like, no, I'm not going to share anybody. I don't want to share. And I don't think I have to. And that's just how I was raised and how I feel about things. So, uh, I don't know. I'm not with it.
Okay. No children
Mm-mm.
at 35. What about when you turn 45?
Would I be willing to share at 45?
Yeah, 10 years from now, and you're still unmarried.
Well, I pray to God I'm not. But if
Well,
I
no, no,
was,
no, 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 no. It's more likely that you're not than you are, just on
mm-hmm,
the numbers.
mm, that I'm not married by
Yes.
45,
Yeah, well, yes, for sure.
why is that?
Math. Marriage doesn't go up as you age for a woman, it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just asking whether you agree or not. Just stick on this. In 10
Okay.
years, at 45, and you're not married, then what? You still have the same. You still have the same position.
So what is sharing just like sharing the man as far as like intimacy or like
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah, all that. You share everything. Yep, he's going. Yeah, you ain't got to live in the same house, but he going. He's doing what he's doing. So my point, my question I'm asking, you say that at 35. Is there any age at which you feel like that would change?
I really don't feel like it would change.
Okay, so you think that at 45 you can make the same demands you did at 35? You think at 55 you can make the same demands you made at 35? Please explain.
No, I don't think I can make the same demands, but you asking what I would want.
No, no, no.
And
That's
so I'm
not what
not
I'm at.
defending.
No, no, no. I'm asking at what age will it change?
Will it change?
Yeah, because any female ages and can demand less.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear what you're talking about, how I was raised and all this other kind of stuff. I can get your energy, but I'm just with the facts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been married?
No, I've never been married.
So the way men look at this is you're 35,
Mm-hmm.
unmarried, something wrong with you. That's the way men look at it.
I've heard that before.
And that's what it is, because that's what we think. And we do the
Mm-hmm.
picking.
Mm-hmm.
So the kind of man that can pass your high standard,
Mm-hmm.
you think he can pass other women's standard?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think if he can pass other women's standard, do you think you're going to be the tippy top of the women of that pile? Or are you going to be average, below average, or in the middle? Of all the women that can pass that standard, the thousands and thousands and thousands of women, where are you at in that line?
I mean, I guess I would say average. I would say average.
Okay. So if this man has to meet your high standard, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say only 1 out of 100 men can meet that standard. Let's just say that. Then that's that one man. But then you find out that in that line, there are 1,000 women, and you're number 782.
Getting
Of a
lower.
1,000 women that's just in that line who would like this
Mm-hmm.
man, why
Mm-hmm.
would he pick 782?
He wouldn't.
My point is the reason I'm asking is not a value, it's not a matter of your worth.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are tying this to your dignity, and it's a matter of math.
Mm-hmm.
The older you get, do you think you're going to have more chances or less chances of finding a suitable mate?
Less.
So do you think you're going to have to make more concessions or less concessions as you age?
Definitely more.
So would one of those concessions be sharing someone?
I would have to revisit that at 45. Maybe I would consider it then, but I just don't see it.
Okay. Well, at 45, the man who can meet your standards, you're competing with women that are 25.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want you ladies to
Yeah.
understand is because you can feel how you want to, but sexual politics is blood sport. And you got to understand, I mean, a man has to understand, why should a man who can meet your standard, why should you get a man that's a top, did you go to college?
No. Well, I went to a community college. I have an associate's degree,
What's your
but
profession?
I went straight into like oil and gas, and so I worked for a major chemical company for
Are
about
you,
11
are
years.
you, what do you do? Are you in your office? You're in the
But I
field?
was in the field. I
Okay.
was in the field.
You're not a roughneck, are you?
No, I'm definitely not a roughneck. No, it was one of those things where, hey, I needed to make some money, you know.
I mean, I
So
understand oil and gas. That's why I know the terms. But
yeah, so I got into it.
my question is it a masculine profession or is it a feminine profession?
It's definitely masculine, and I'm out of it now.
Okay, so what do
Actually,
you do for a living now?
well, I opened up a food truck.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, and how many hours a day are you working?
well, opening. I'm about 3 or 4 weeks out from opening. So
So
yeah.
you had a masculine profession.
Mm-hmm.
Um, man, you're starting a business that's going to be your source of income.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to offer a man for 100% monogamy? You got to focus on this business or she don't eat.
Mm-hmm. True.
So a man is supposed to take you, who had a masculine job, no
Mm-hmm.
heat, no judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Then you starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put you got to put a lot of emotional labor into that because you ain't married to this guy. You
Mm-hmm.
got to provide for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to give you all of his commitment. All right. Do you have to earn his ring, or does he have to earn your commitment?
I have to earn his ring.
All right. Then how you gonna earn his ring when you got to do this job?
Well, unfortunately, that's the situation I'm in. I've been wanting to get on this
But
call with
that's
you.
my point. But that's my point. And what I'm trying to get you to understand. And now I'm asking you questions so you start realizing, damn, I'm saying one thing, but I actually don't have that much leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have enough leverage to make that demand?
I mean, when you put it like that, I guess I don't.
I mean, how would you put it? I mean, in the marketplace, you're a single woman, um, 35, childless,
Mm-hmm.
and that's officially at the end of the danger zone. Okay. Do you want kids?
Yes,
How many?
I want to.
Okay,
I would like to.
so according to, you're already in what we consider geriatric pregnancy.
Definitely. Yeah.
So when do you start making concessions? When do you start saying, when do you have to start moving that line down? When do you have to start accepting more?
I mean, I have moved that line down, but why does it have to be with sharing him intimately with someone else? Like why does that have to be the
So
concession?
that's
I
what
guess
you
that
do.
I mean, like, do
What
you
are in mammals, are the males typically monogamous?
no.
So that's why, man. You know why it is. You know why it is. I mean, you know, y'all, this is what frustrates me. Y'all act like y'all don't know what it is. When you in a relationship with a man, did he ever watch porn and masturbate?
Yes.
Why? He had access to you? Because that's how it is.
But he was young. We were
It
young.
doesn't matter. And this is one of the problems y'all don't know us and understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's sex.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I'm gonna say this and I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but
Mm-hmm.
usually why men cheat or step out is for femininity.
Mm.
They get something different. But does
Mm-hmm.
it matter that he steps out, or does it matter that he come back home? Which matters more?
He comes back.
Well, but that's not the way you started this conversation. And that's why I need you ladies to understand what the women who came before you guys, who had 30, 40, and 50-year relationships, know and understand about men and relationships that modern women don't seem to. And the way modern women talk, them women back there was fools. Then why do you admire them so much? You admire your
Well,
grandmother, you admire the family, the community, all the stuff that we had. It was made by women who did not put themselves first.
but I didn't grow up like that because I admire my mom, my parents. They've been together 40 years coming up this weekend, and unless they taught me something that
Where are your people from originally?
ruffled, hmm?
Where are your people from originally?
They're from Louisiana.
Man, that's the South, baby girl. I'm from Oklahoma. I know this is where it came from. Don't act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Just
about.
because you don't know what your mom and daddy was doing, don't mean it wasn't happening.
Yeah, and I understand that too. I
That
get
means they
that.
just hit it well. Did your mama tell you if you want to be with a man, baby girl, you're gonna have to make some concessions? Did she teach you how to find a husband? To teach you what to do
Yeah,
for a husband?
yes, she did.
Then why did you
She
why
does.
then why then to be fair, they
Hmm.
married for 40 years.
Hmm.
Why hasn't her teachings worked?
One, I wasn't applying them.
Okay.
I wasn't applying them. And I hold myself accountable for that. I wasn't even at one point putting myself on the market after
So
the
then
first
how are you
relationship.
gonna talk about what your mom and daddy taught you if you openly admit you didn't apply what they taught you? See,
Yeah,
it's selective use. Y'all just make
yeah,
up y'all just say shit. My mom and daddy didn't teach me. Your mama also taught you how to be married. Well, I wasn't applying it. Well, then don't apply this shit.
yeah. But I'm just saying, at one point it wasn't applied, but now I'm applying it because I do realize that things are
Maybe it's too
changing. And
late. Maybe it's too late.
I think it's too late.
I
I
don't know.
started.
I'm just saying, do you ever think it's too late?
I don't think it's too late. I really
Yeah,
don't.
it does get to be too late, and that's what you ladies need to hear. See, women didn't used to think, oh, well, I'll take 10, 15 years off and not apply. Women used to think, I need to get married early on so I can have some stability in a man, but y'all got a job.
Hmm.
Man, 1 in 4 black women were married. That means 3 out of 4 will die unmarried. That means it's too late for 3 out of 4, right?
Hmm.
And that message needs to be taught because if you would see, what usually happens is people don't get taught. You were taught, like my
Hmm.
mom and they were taught. Her sisters rejected the teachings and they died alone.
Hmm.
There's a line to where it does become too late, and it tends to be when you become overly masculine.
Hmm.
So, good conversation, but I'm going to say that if you were taught, you rejected the teachings.
Hmm.
Now you're doing what you're doing. What I'm getting from Europe is you're an independent, modern woman. You do what you got to do to take care of what you got to take care of.
Yeah.
That ain't a wife.
But that's not what I wanted, though.
But that's what
And
you
that's not how I
chosen. But that's what you
relationship.
chosen. That's what
Not
you chose.
necessarily.
Okay, ma'am. See, that's the thing. That's why I said on Friday, you ladies gonna have to make peace with your choices. That's what you chose. You chose to reject the teachings.
Yeah.
So
At one point.
then you get the outcomes, man. Kind of like Kim Kardashian whining and complaining and crying about sex tapes that her kids see on TikTok. You chose to make it with Ray J and release it. You can't cry, and it made you popular and made you money. Now you can't. Okay, man. And I think this is a good conversation because far too many women are told you can do whatever, whenever, and the clock doesn't matter. And when you decide you want to, men will be there. No, some doors close. And the older you get as a woman, certain doors close and can never be opened again. That's not what you're taught. And if somebody
No.
would have said, if you would have heard something along the lines of what I'm saying
Hmm.
when you were around 15 or 16,
Hmm.
and you saw the following and all that other stuff, do you think you might have thought differently about some of the choices you made?
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's my point.
Hmm.
That's my point. That's why people talk about you need to be canceled, this and that. No, no, no. Women need to be told that if you choose, like I said, if you choose to go be a career woman, work, be independent, hey, kudos to you. All love. But just like men who choose to go out and focus on their purpose and whatever else, men up there have always had to settle.
Hmm.
If you choose to be that woman over here, either you're gonna have to settle for a man down here, or you're gonna have to, if you want a man on your socioeconomic lifestyle level, that man got options.
Mm.
And you may have to be all right with the fact that he just comes back home because there are not enough men.
Okay.
600,000 women and roughly 10,000 men for him that they want him. So good
Yeah.
conversation though.
Yeah.
Y'all
All
did. Bye bye.
All right, this is where faith and personal responsibility get brought into the same conversation. Believing in God, praying for a partner, or hoping for the right relationship is completely valid. But this is where Kevin Samuels typically adds structure to that idea. Because in real-world outcomes, hope alone doesn't complete the process. The question becomes, what actions, environments, and patterns are aligning with that prayer? And this is where Kevin would usually check the situation. He wouldn't challenge faith itself, but he would challenge passivity. Are you actively placing yourself in environments where the type of man you're hoping for actually exists? Are your habits, standards, and expectations aligned with that outcome? Because at 35, the conversation often shifts toward urgency and clarity, not in a negative way, but in terms of time, patterns, and previous relationship history shaping future options. And that's the key point. Spiritual belief and practical action aren't in conflict, but they do need to work together. In relationships, outcomes are influenced by behavior, selection, communication, and consistency over time. So if someone is relying only on divine intervention without self-assessment or adjustment, Kevin's approach would be to redirect the focus back to agency. What can be changed, improved, or repositioned to increase the likelihood of success? Because relationships don't just arrive. They form through repeated choices, exposure, and compatibility over time.